It was past midnight when I realized my wife still hadn't come home. At first, I tried to convince myself she was just out with friends, maybe caught up in traffic, or her phone battery had died. But deep down, a cold, gnawing feeling told me something was wrong. I kept glancing at the clock, each passing minute tightening the knot in my stomach. Around 2 a.m., my phone finally buzzed. Her message wasn't an apology or an explanation. It was a sharp, defiant line. Asterisk, you don't own me. Asterisk, my hands trembled as I read it. I stared at the words, wondering what had happened to the woman who used to care about how I felt. It was as if she'd been replaced by someone else entirely. When the sun came up, I still hadn't slept. I sat at the kitchen table, sipping coffee that tasted like nothing, replaying the last few months in my head. Late nights. Excuses about work. A sudden interest in girls' trips, with friends I'd never met. I realized I had been ignoring the signs, hoping things would fix themselves. She walked in around 9 a.m., wearing the same dress she'd left in. No apology, no guilt, just a look that dared me to question her. I asked where she'd been, and she rolled her eyes, saying, "Don't start. I'm not a child." Her tone wasn't defensive, it was dismissive, like my feelings didn't matter. I told her the truth. I suspected she was cheating. She didn't deny it. Instead, she smirked and said, "Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Either way, you don't get to control me." That moment hurt more than any confession could have. It was proof that the bond we once had was gone. For the rest of the day, she avoided me. I sat in silence, scrolling through old pictures of us, smiling at the beach, laughing at family dinners, holding hands in crowded streets. I realized those moments were not coming back. The person I loved no longer existed in front of me. That night, I packed a small bag. I didn't tell her I was leaving. I just wrote a note. Asterisk, you're right. I don't own you. But I won't be with someone who treats me like I'm nothing. Asterisk, I placed it on the kitchen counter and walked out without looking back. For the first time in months, I felt a strange sense of peace. Painful, yes, but freeing. I understood now that sometimes, love isn't about holding on. It's about letting go when the other person has already walked away in their heart. In the weeks that followed, she sent a few messages, some angry, some regretful. I didn't respond. I had nothing left to say. The woman who told me I didn't own her had also taught me something important. I owned my self-respect, and I wasn't willing to lose that for anyone. By the time I saw her again months later, she looked like a shadow of the confident, defiant person who had stood in my kitchen that morning. But it wasn't my problem anymore. I had rebuilt my life, and I wasn't going back. Some doors, once closed, should stay that way.